In question number 13, we've got r minus 2 squared, and we're supposed to continue multiplying the binomials here. So all that means is we're taking the binomial r minus 2 and multiplying it by itself, as you saw explained in the notes a couple different times. So that means I'm going to take r minus 2 and multiply it by r minus 2. Now, obviously, those are both subtractions, which are a problem. We don't like subtractions when we're multiplying binomials, so we're going to go ahead and fix that by changing it into adding the opposite. So I'm prepared to make that change right now, changing this into r plus negative 2 times r plus negative 2. All right, well, let's go ahead and try the FOIL proper one more time before we go back to table method like you saw in many of the examples above. FOIL, again, stands for first, outers, inners, last, and it describes the process in which two binomials are combined. F stands for the first, so they're asking you to multiply together the first term in each binomial, which is r and r in this question, and r is going to combine to make r squared. O stands for the outers, or the outside terms, so the terms that are on the outside of what we've written. Well, that's r and negative 2. And we're going to combine those and make negative 2r. I stands for the inners, or the inside terms of our binomials here. So we're asking, what do we have inside of what we've written here? Well, on the inside, we have negative 2 and r. So I combine those and I make negative 2r. And L stands for the last term in each binomial, which is negative 2 and negative 2. And I combine those, and that's going to give me a positive 4. To write my final answer, I'm going to conjoin all these with an addition sign. However, what I see here is that these middle two terms are like terms because they both have just regular old r in them. So I'm actually going to combine those so I can write a fully simplified answer. Negative 2r and 2 more added to 2 more negative 2r's, I guess we should say, because it's going to combine to make negative 4r. So I've got r squared plus negative 4r plus 4. All right, let's return to using table method here in the remainder of the questions. In the next one, we've got 2 plus q being multiplied by 2 plus q because it says 2 plus q squared. So that means I'm going to go ahead and set this up with the table method, and it's already ready to go because everything is addition. I'm taking 2 plus q and multiplying it by 2 plus q. So table method, 2 plus q across the top, 2 plus q down the side. And again, I don't really need to write the addition signs because we know everything's been changed to addition. Even if it wasn't originally, we would make that change before we started. All right, each box again is the product of what's directly above it and what's to the left of it. So this box here has 2 above it and 2 to the left of it. 2 times 2 is 4. This box here has q above it and 2 to the left of it. Q times 2 is going to give me 2 q's. This box here has 2 above it and q to the left of it. 2 times q is 2q. And this box here has q above it and q to the left of it. Q times q, as you've seen many times, you know where this is going, you know what I'm about to say, is q squared by the product of powers rule, which tells me to add the exponents. I'm going to combine all these into one giant response here, but I see on this one diagonal I have a set of like terms, so I can combine those to write a fully simplified answer. 2q and 2q goes together to make 4q's. So 4q is going to be part of my answer here. So final answer is going to be q squared plus 4q plus 4. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at 15. P plus 4 being multiplied by p minus 4. Different type of question down here. Same binomials, but opposite signs. One's got addition, one's got subtraction. And we're supposed to put these together through the process of FOIL multiplying binomials. So again, we have a subtraction here, which I really don't like, so we're going to change that into adding the opposite. So this is going to change into p plus 4 being multiplied by p plus negative 4. So I'm going to use table method here. Across the top, I'm going to list p plus 4. Down the side, I'm going to list p plus -4. Again, each box is the product of what's above it and what's to the side of it. So the upper left box has p above it and p to the left of it. P times p is going to generate p squared. This box here has 4 above it and p to the left of it. 4 times p is 4p. This box down here has -4 to the left of it and p above it. -4p. Again, just running those together, really easy. And this last box here has 4 above it and -4 to the left of it. 4 and -4 makes -16. So now it's a matter of me running these answers together with addition. But what we see happens here on this one diagonal, the diagonal we've been seeing a lot of common terms here, like terms, is that we have opposites there, 4p and -4p. Of course, those are going to cancel each other out with addition. So the only thing that's going to be left here is p squared and -16. So this is p squared minus 16 or p squared plus -16. All right, as we look at 16, same idea. We've got same binomials, but opposite signs. One's a plus, one's a minus. 3n minus 3 times 3n plus 3. I'm going to go ahead and make the changes there. As you can see, I've got subtraction, but it needs to flip into addition. So I've got 3n plus -3 being multiplied by 3n plus 3. And now that I've made that fix, I can go ahead and set up my table using the table method here because I should be set to go. I'm going to list 3n and -3 across the top, and 3n and 3 down the side. So the upper left box there is 3n times 3n. 3 times 3 is going to go together to make 9, and n go together to make n squared. This box down here has 3n above it and 3 to the left of it. 3n times 3 goes together to make 9n. 3 times 3 is 9, stick an n on the end. This box up here has -3 above it and 3n to the left of it. -3 times 3n is going to make -9n. And this box down here has -3 above it and 3 to the left of it. -3 times 3 is -3. As we look at this one diagonal, once again, where we see like terms that we're going to combine, just happens to be working out that way a lot of times, they are once again opposites of each other. So they're going to wipe each other out, and that's going to leave me a solution here for number 16 of 9n squared plus -9. Take some time to look at the questions on the bottom. What you'll see, if you look at what we've done versus what you have left, you're going to see some patterns that have developed. And those patterns are always going to work. So if you can figure out how the pattern works, you can save yourself a whole bunch of time multiplying on the bottom there, because you'll just use the pattern to figure out the question, and life will be much, much simpler.